Welcome to another episode of the Mad Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Begley, Goni, and Wayne.
What is up, Mad Mob? Here for the Week 7 preview, going over the early slate of games. This week we got the Bears, and thank goodness we don't have to watch the Cowboys this week either. Just two teams on a bye. Not going to be missed. Definitely not going to be missed. Gentlemen, how are we doing ahead of this beautiful Week 7?
Doing all right.
Got a cold front.
It's a little chilly. I had some frost on my windshield this morning. Of course, I just watched it from the warmth of my house melt away. But we feel for all you people that drive to work.
Man, do you guys remember what traffic is? I don't.
I have no clue.
It was the worst. I remember what it was. I don't know what it is now.
It's a running. I don't even want to call it a joke. It's a running thing amongst the friends that anytime I go out in public, I get sick because my immune system is just so weakened from just being in my house all the time. And you know what? Wouldn't trade it for the world. Let's jump into it. Some spicy talking points today. I'm not sure if they'll be talked about in this episode. Let's see. I know one will not be talked about in this episode. Will the other one? Is the other one?
None of the talking points will be talked about in this episode, but we have them.
We have them. It might just be next episode. Little carrot on the string there for y'all.
We need to go. Can we get an update on the Doink Ledger, Wayne, before we continue?
Really not necessary.
Absolutely. This past weekend, Wayne took a beating. Beggs put it down. 3-0. I believe Debo Ayuk, I won. I'm not going to go through them all because there's 5 or 6, but Wayne took a whooping. I believe you went 1-3. Beggs went undefeated. For the year, it currently stands. I'm 6-2 right now. Beggs is 4-6, and Wayne is sitting at a paltry 2-4.
What'd you go this week? You mentioned that Begley was undefeated. I went 1-2. What'd you do this week?
I went 1-1.
Okay. Who beat you?
Shut up, man.
All right, just making sure.
Oh,
It was just a weird thing to omit from the Doink review, but it was me. It was me, man. I'm the one that gave him his loss this week.
Do we want to do individual? I mean, if you want to do individuals, I'm 5-1.
No, it's
against
fine.
Beggs.
It's fine. No,
I'm 1-1 against Wayne, and Beggs is 3-1 against Wayne. Wayne sucks.
It's perfectly fine. It was just weird that you said Begley's overall record, my overall record, and just completely omitted yours. So I figured it was a mistake, and I was just reminding you. I didn't realize that you were genuinely upset about it. So, my bad, dude. Are you okay? Are you okay to jump into the preview, or do you need a minute, or you okay?
I mean, it's lonely at the top, dude. Sitting in first.
Why are we glossing over the people's elbow I dropped on Wayne? We're not going to gloss over that.
That's what he does. He deflects, bro. He took a whooping. He's trying to focus on the 1-1 that I went, and he went.
I'm not focusing on anything. I just wanted it in there. Period. Beggs,
it's there.
Beggs, here's your flowers, man. Do you want to? I mean, let me have it. You can go over them individually if you want. We got time. You know why? Because your overall record was mentioned, so we can talk about it.
No, I'm good now. That's all. I just needed to say at least one sentence about it. I'm good.
Okay. We will say all of our prop bets from last week hit. If you parlayed those things, enjoy all that money. It's on us. Little weekend spending cash. Let's jump into tomorrow's Thursday night game. It is in the Superdome. We got Saints Broncos. Broncos -3. Total at 37.5. Probably Spencer Rattler under center again, right?
Yep.
Pat Surtain is out. That's a big one. Pat Surtain out against the Saints. Outside of that, no new news from the week. They have a tackle out. 2 tackles out. Baron Browning still on IR for the Broncos. I think the big thing we got coming from the Saints, Rashid Shaheed going to be out for a little bit. Chris Olave is out on this one as well, still in concussion protocol. Taysom Hill's even doubtful. Missing a lot of skill position players. How do we feel about this one?
I think it's going to be just a total affront to offensive football. It's a trap line, though. I like the Saints +3 to cover in an ugly one.
I think this is an easy under. Smash the under.
That's what makes me feel like this is an over.
Yeah, no.
37.5 is low. All skill position players out. It screams over to me. I'll take the over on a doink.
Done deal.
Sometimes, hey, Beggs, how do you get out of a hole, man? How do you get out of a doink hole?
There's only one way, my friend. You got to make more of them.
You gets to doinking.
He gets to doinking. Period. Hey, let me tell you who the model loves this week. There's 3 people. It loves Cortland Sutton. It loves Jawan Johnson. Number 1 play on the Saints. And Bub Means.
Probably
Who's a hot pickup this week?
Bub Means. So I gave half of Olave's, half of Olave and Sheed's combined targets to Bub Means, and based on what he did last week, he's a good play.
Yeah, but I think last week is. I don't know that we can go off of last week because are we going to really expect another 30 banger out of the Saints?
No.
Yeah, so
We're going to expect about 13.
Nah, not with Pat Surtain out.
I think Pat Surtain was out last game.
Was he?
Broncos defense is good, man. It's more than just Pat Surtain, but I don't know. This is
they
a
just had a
trash game all
linebacker go
around.
out too. They're injured.
Injured.
They're injured.
Give me the under. Give me no Saints players outside of Juwan Johnson and Kamara.
You taking Cortland Sutton? You starting him this week?
Yes.
If I have to. I don't love it, but yeah, if I have to.
Javonte Williams has been a low-key flex play over the past couple of weeks. I think he got 13 this past week.
Model doesn't love him outside of RB2 range.
Fair enough. Let's go to London, shall we? We're no longer at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We're at beautiful Wembley, where we might see the worst game of football all year. Patriots, Jaguars. Jags -5.5. Over under at 42.5. Gone. As a guy that swears by the Pats under, this is a large point total for the Patriots at 42.5. Is it This is a two-parter because I need to know our local trappy expert, and I need to hear from our local Pats under expert. Beggs, with this being a 42.5 over under, is it trappy, or is Goni's beautiful model of always take the Pats under just gonna stand true again?
No. That was with Jacoby Brissett under center, dude. Drake May looked good.
Changing the game. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It was all because Jacoby Brissett is very bad at football. So Drake May, I wanted to stay off the under last week. I'm pretty much pulling out of the go under every single time on the Pats just because he moved the ball. He looked good.
I agree.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think Jaguars -5.5 is huge here. That's going to be on all my parlays this week. This is London's team. They're not going to let them lose 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, they've been there. They've been there all week.
I know.
Yeah,
they
just played
let them
there.
lose 2 weeks in a row. Give me the Jags -5.5. Lock it in.
Nothing really new off of the injury report. Ramondre Stevenson, he didn't practice Wednesday. Evan Ingram, he was a limited participant after a big week. Same with Gabe Davis. ETN, limited participant Wednesday as well. Outside of that, nothing new, that we don't already know about. We firing up our Brian Thomases per the usual. Not a great week, but got to stick with them. I'm firing up. I know you're a Gonzalez man, but I'm firing up Brian Thomas Jr.
You have to. He's too good not to. I think.
I don't love him, dude. Not this week.
What about Christian Kirk?
I'm out on Kirk this week.
I probably like Kirk more than Brian Thomas.
Doink me.
Doink who?
There it is.
You? Doink me.
Oh, hey, 2 games, 2 doinks, baby.
Nah, dude, I don't want to doink that one.
Oh my gosh. Dang. Okay, fair.
I don't want to doink.
There's
going to
be plenty of times that I try and throw it out, so I'm not gonna get hung up on giving you a hard time on anything in particular.
We'll save it for the future.
Wayne, Christian Kirk or Cortland Sutton this week?
Cortland Sutton.
Joni?
Ugh. Can I add a third that I would like to throw in there? He was a big waiver guy this week.
Over both
I'd
of them?
rather
Would you
have-
start him over both of those guys?
Yeah,
Then
I would.
100%. That's what we're here for, brother. Who you got?
Demario Douglas for the Patriots. He's gotten volume over the last couple weeks. 9 targets a game. Almost broke 100. Had a touchdown. He had good chemistry with Drake May last week. And the Jags defense is not very good. I'd take him over both of those guys personally.
You know what? I might not agree with you, but that's the type of analysis people come for. I like that one, man. Way to dig into the doldrums to find that guy. And you're right. I mean, his numbers are backing it up. 9 targets is that's we love volume around these parts.
Great matchup, too.
You firing Ramondre if he's playing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Perfect. Let's move on. We got the Seahawks Falcons. It's in Atlanta. Atlanta -3 over under at a sky high 51.5. Who do y'all like in this one?
I feel like if Tyler Algier is in your lineup, you're considering him for flex action. I would throw him in there.
He's playing too well right now not to, right?
Yep.
It's one of those where you probably have to get burned by him to take him out because he's been good. He's been very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Falcons placed 2 defensive players on IR this past week, Artie Burns and Rayshawn Jenkins. So the over-under might not even be too bad. Or did I say the Falcons? The Seahawks. I don't know. Do we think Bijan Robinson's going to continue his tear,
Yes.
if that's what we want to call one game?
Not like he did against the Panthers. He might get in for a touchdown. It's a variable stat. I'll put it doink says he doesn't go for 100, which is easy to not take if it's one of you guys. So, I mean, he had his best game against the worst rush defense in the league, the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
I'm just not really sold on him. You're never going to take him out of your lineup, but I'm still waiting to see. And I hope to be wrong. I really hope to be wrong, honestly. I want this guy to be phenomenal. I want him to be what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college, especially if you're a dynasty owner for him. I'm not sold yet, personally,
Are there
as being
any
a superstar.
Are there any poor saps still starting Kyle Pitts out there?
I'm sure there are.
Oh, yeah. Goni, I'll take that bet, but I want 100 total yards.
I don't love it. I don't love it on the total yards.
100 yards rushing is a tough number to hit, buddy. You
it
saying
was a
he was not
goal.
going to get 100 yards rushing? That's like
It's a weird
most people don't get 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, he really called a shot on that one, didn't he? 100
Hey, man.
total yards gone.
Told you that I wouldn't be surprised. 120 total
No.
yards.
100 total. I think that's fair. I think that's a pretty good line.
What is the line? Tell me what the line is.
I was just going to go look it up. Wayne, you want to fill the void while I look?
I definitely don't think he's going to get 100 yards rushing. I think that's, I think his line these days is more around the 60-yard number. So if we were going strictly rushing, I would want the doink to be around 75. I think that would be more of a fair number. If we're just sticking with straight rushing, and I don't blame either of you if you didn't take that one. Only 380 yards on the year rushing. It's been tough sledding for the guy.
Gone.
I mean, I wasn't saying it to be like a doink. You asked if he was going to be going on a tear like last week. Just saying, I wouldn't expect him to do it again. What you got, Biggs?
Vegas has it's right around 90. We have a doink?
Sure, man. I'll do the doink.
Well,
Excellent.
here's the thing, Beggs. We don't want him to be bullied into doinks because then he cries about it later.
Hey,
so
man, first place.
at Beggs, I need
Yeah.
you to let
Yep,
Goni
yep,
know
yep.
that it's perfectly okay if he doesn't take this doink. It's fine.
Gone, it's okay. Seattle's not that great against the run. It's okay for you to say no, man.
Hey
we
man,
won't give you a hard
don't
time.
feed into his propaganda.
You're not
dude.
bullied,
Wayne's,
dude. If you don't want
Wayne's
this,
sitting
don't
on the
take it.
bottom, so he's doing anything he can to throw stones at the top, man.
If you don't want it,
bother
don't take it. We just don't want you to feel bullied. That's all. And
Okay,
that's
dude.
coming from Begley. That's coming from Begley at the top as well.
Well, he's in the middle. There's only one top.
After a 3-win week, you're still in the middle.
Yeah, dude. He is.
Okay.
Wayne, I like your Kyle Pitts pick. The more I look at it, Seattle's one of the worst teams in the league against tight end. I like Kyle Pitts. The real question is Darnell Mooney or Jackson Smith and Jigba. Model has them right next to each other.
I'm kind of Goni's got me into a Darnell Mooney truther. Get out of there, dude. Fine, Darnell Mooney. Did he just mind control me to pick Darnell Mooney?
I think he did.
I was getting ready, dude. I had a doink locked and loaded if you were dared to say JSN.
Dang, I've never been so intimidated through a camera. Darnell Mooney, please.
I might take that doink. Hang on, you're telling me if I get JSN, it's a doink?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just Darnell Mooney's been getting too much volume, man. They're clicking on offense all around. They look pretty good. It's hard for me to come off Mooney. It's just hard for me to come off Mooney.
Give me JSN. He's getting more targets per game. He's getting about 8.25 targets a game. Mooney's about 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think Seattle's better against the pass. Give me JSN.
Done deal. Making things happen this week, boys.
We make doinks. That's what we do.
We played scared. We played scared last year. Wasn't as fun. It's time to go out on our shields this year.
Yeah.
Firing up the usual suspects. DK Metcalf, he's going to bounce back. Almost certain of it. You're going to love having DK Metcalf this week. I'm putting his floor at 15 points. What's the model have him at?
Wow, Wayne, 14. Good pull.
Oh, I'm going to win so many doinks this week.
That's brilliant.
Who was that for?
DK
DK.
Metcalf.
Oh, love it. Love DK this year. That Washington, the OC change has been very good to them. Very good to them.
Drake London, hang on. Drake London. I'm getting 13.2 vibes.
16. Well, what's really interesting is the model is very different from the market. He's one of the players where we're kind of polarized on.
Okay.
So
I want to know what Kenneth Walker's is because I'm low on him this week personally. I don't think he has a great week on the ground.
going
Falcons defense good.
he dropped, but we're projected 16. He's top 7.
I'll take the under on that if you want to doink it.
No, I don't like him either. He just gets so much work. He's third in the league in opportunities a game, weighted opportunities.
Yep. They use the crap out of him.
Yeah, his volume.
Gentlemen, interesting game that we're going to go over here. We're heading over to Orchard Park. Bills Titans. Bills a massive 9-point favorite with an average over under of 40.5. So the implied point total for the Titans is nothing. Is Amari Cooper playing?
I think so.
I don't know. Let me vet that real quick. I know
'Cause that's
he,
huge.
you know,
That's huge if he's
Devontae
playing.
Adams and he both got traded, and I've seen that Devontae is expected to play this weekend, but
Dude, I love it too. Devontae got traded to the Jets, and he was like, I'm healed. My hamstrings work perfectly fine.
I'm back.
No. How often do you think that happens?
All the time.
All the time. Right? Yeah.
Don't blame
Says he's
him
up
one
in the
bit.
air. Amari's up in the air to play on Sunday. Don't know.
It doesn't matter. The Bills are going to win this one. -9 is a big line, though. But the Titans are also, their offense is just one of the worst things that I've ever had to watch in my life. It's like I put them slightly above paint drying, but slightly below watching grass grow.
Will Levis effect, man.
Will Levis
Yeah.
is big bad.
Tony Pollard coming in at number 4 on the model.
Yeah, why
Big
wouldn't he
game.
be? They can't pass the ball.
No, and the Bills can't stop the run. That being said, I still like Bills -9 here.
Yeah, I love Bills -9 as well. I'm gonna skip it and do it a day early, honestly, because we're on the game. My prop bet of the week is Will Levis over a half an interception. Take it to the bank.
That's
probably-
rude, dude.
Take it to the bank, dude. He's thrown an interception every single game this year. Sometimes he'll even give you 2. So Take that one to the bank.
Hey, man, you're rude.
What do we think about Shakir if Amari plays? Is he worth a roster spot?
He dropped significantly for me. He was honestly a fringe player on my redraft team as it is. I think if Amari comes and gobbles up more targets, I think he's more than likely headed to the waivers.
Yeah, I don't know if any receivers really had consistent target share on the team. Khalil Shakir wasn't one of those guys last game. I know he was kind of recovering from the ankle injury, but I don't know. He's probably boom or bust, and the booms probably don't boom so much.
Yeah,
They don't boom as much. They not be booming. Metro ain't around. I'm still kind of curious as to what's going on with Jamal Adams, honestly.
Why?
He's on IR.
He's old.
He's just not that good, period.
They placed him on reserve non-football injury list due to his hip.
Okay. I mean, it's not like he's going to make any kinds of plays on the ball ever. He might line up as a linebacker and try and sack. But
that's what I'm saying. He's pressure. He can get pressure on the quarterback still.
Exactly what you want out of your safety consistently.
Antoine Winfield, shout out.
Yeah, he can at least cover guys, though.
James Cook, limited participant Wednesday. Just on the walkthrough, trending towards playing. Haven't heard anything about a snap count or anything like that. After what Ray Davis did this past week, they might put him on a snap count. Ray Davis absolutely demolished in his stead. So we'll keep an eye on that. Who knows? Ray Davis, they might just give him the reins for one more week. Let James Cook get fully healthy. We'll see.
Who's the Titans player to play aside from Tony Pollard?
Treylon
Do you play any
Burks.
Titans? Who?
Total joke.
No,
Inside joke. Definitely not Treylon Burks.
It's Calvin Ridley. It's Calvin Ridley. He's been crying all week. He'll get some love.
Something about them squeaky wheels.
Yep.
They tend to get the grease.
Yep.
I'm inclined to agree there, Calvin Ridley. Next up, Bengals Browns. At Cleveland, Cincinnati, 5.5 point favorites. Over under set at 41.5. 5.5 is a big one for a rivalry game like this. Nothing really new. Nothing new at all on the Bengals injury report that we haven't already seen. Browns. Let's see what's going on with the Browns really quick. Same there. I mean, Nick Chubb was actually a full participant Wednesday, and he is supposedly going to be on a snap count. He's going to be on the field against the Bengals, but it's going to be in a very limited fashion. Jerome Ford, he didn't practice Wednesday, still questionable. I think that's going to play a role. Nyheim Hines is out. The backfield of the Browns is just really sketchy right now. So we'll see what's going on with that one. But outside of that, usual suspects.
I'm playing Jerry Jeudy this week.
That's what I was going to
he's a
ask.
must
That's the
play.
question. Yep.
Yeah, I think he's a must play.
You know what? Teams are petty. And a lot of the times when they trade away a big name guy, they want to go out and show that they didn't need him. So I'm like 100% with you. I think they absolutely clobber Jerry Jeudy to say we pretty much traded away nothing. Obviously, it's not the case, but I just feel like some teams are petty like that.
Yeah.
And I see it happen.
Have you guys seen this talk about the Cleveland Browns getting the number 1 overall pick and going quarterback? How do you guys feel about that?
They should.
Would you take Shador Sanders? Someone mocked
No.
him at number 1.
Nah. And I'm not a Shador Sanders hater. I just don't think he translates to the NFL very good. I think he'll be okay. I don't think I'm not saying he's going to be a bust, but, I mean, yeah, your Lamar Jacksons are successful. Kyler Murray is successful because he's, he can scramble out of the pocket. Josh Allen, all that. But I think for success, you just want pocket passers these days. I mean, if I've got the number 1 pick and I need a quarterback, why would I take anybody other than Quinn Ewers?
Yeah, pretty much. And then next question, do you start him day 1?
Not
with
if you got
Deshaun
Deshaun Watson.
Watson's
Let
contract
Deshaun
still
Watson
there.
suck for another year, man. Let him suck for another year. Go get you a couple more pieces so you're not throwing Quinn to the dogs. Because we're all aware that Cleveland is where quarterbacks go to die. So just you got to do everything you can to make to put them in a position to be successful.
If it happens, is Cleveland a top 10 team next year if they get a quarterback? It's a pretty good
No.
roster, right? No? Okay.
I mean, their defense, I feel like, is still good. It's just maybe. I mean, because with a good
Chubb.
defense, you can do anything, honestly.
Nick Chubb, Judy, Njoku, not terrible. Better than the
terrible.
Panthers.
Yeah, you got to take their strength of schedule into consideration too. They play in one of the better divisions in football. Something to think about. Moving on, we got Texans Packers in Lambeau. Green Bay -2.5. Over under set at 47.5. Nothing new on the injury report for the Texans. Let's see if we have any updates for the Packers. That is
That's
notable.
the game of the week right there, in my opinion.
100%.
Nope. Nothing new for this week. A lot of questionables, but all these guys were limited participants, on practice Wednesday. So those are all going to be fine.
That was a big win last week for the model. It had Joe Mixon at number 3. Big win. He fades a little bit this week. He's back to number 6. Just interesting note, but I like Tank Dell a lot this week personally. I think he is the guy to have.
I'm with you.
I'm seeing Dontavion Wicks to sneak back into relevancy this week.
Is he
He's-
playing? He was hurt.
Is he still hurt? Is he not playing? I saw him as questionable on the injury report. Let's see.
Okay, he might be good.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was
people-
questionable. He practiced Wednesday.
Okay. For all the people who drop 25% of their fab on him, you're a little upset right now.
Yeah, and to me, he's a boomer bust candidate this week. I think he's either going to get you 2 points or he's going to have another 15 to 20 point game, and I'm just feeling a 15 to 20 point game.
I feel like we could say that about any receiver on the Packers. We could
Any
put
of them.
Dobbs, Reed, Wicks, Watson. Who knows?
I think Josh Jacobs has a good week.
I can get down with that.
See if you can guess his point total, Wayne. I'll give you
Let's
a
see.
hint.
We got Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker's at 16 points, right? I'm
The
gonna
model
put
doesn't love him.
I'm gonna push Josh Jacobs at 14.
11. Houston's one of the best run defenses in the league, so he's getting scaled back.
I'm definitely putting him over 11, 100%. And
It's
I'll
still
doink you on
just
that.
it just doesn't feel good. It
I'll-
doesn't feel because you drafted him as what, an RB2, hopefully not 1.
I'll doink. I'm throwing a doink out there. Whoever wants it, I think he's going to get over 11 points. Well, I'll meet you at 11.5.
Beggs, it's you. You're looking at the model, bro.
I don't think I want it.
Okay,
I don't think I want it.
all good, understandable. But I agree with you, Tank Dell. Keep an eye out on Dontavion Wicks this week, though. He's a complete boomer bust play. I'm just leaning more the boom this week. Anything else on that one?
No, not really. Something completely different. I just thought of another doink before since we were talking about it. Our Ty Chandler versus who was it?
I wish I'd have taken it. It was Roshan Johnson.
Yeah, no, we did take it. How do you feel about Cam Akers getting traded to the Vikings?
I love it. It means Aaron Jones is going to be out for a while.
All right. Do you think they're bringing him in to play a complimentary role to Ty
Yes.
Chandler?
Cam Akers is trash.
Cam Akers has familiarity in the offense.
He's
They
horrible.
they brought him back. What's that tell you?
They brought him back.
That they brought him
He's
back.
horrible.
They seeked him out.
I couldn't be more confident,
They gave assets to another team to reacquire him.
could not be more confident. They just needed depth. That's all it was. It's a depth play.
They have practice squads. There's guys. It's not like there was one running back on the whole team.
How many times do you have to see Cam Akers not produce before you'll just admit he sucks?
I don't care whether or not he sucks. I care whether or not he takes carries from Ty Chandler. That's all I care about. And it's looking like it's going to happen.
He'll take some, but do you think Ty Chandler gets more carries per game than Roshan? I do.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see if he does
Hey,
anything with him now.
Listen to that. Maybe.
Maybe. I said maybe.
Wow.
Who scores more touchdowns, though?
Well, I think Chandler's going to have more opportunities too. I'm in the business of opportunities, going. You're not. We're a little different that way, and that's fine.
Okay, well, opportunities are a little different. Brees Hall had plenty of opportunities in his last game, and he tore it up. Just none in the red zone. He had one, actually. He got stuffed at like the 3. They get him down there, they take him out. They get him down there, they take him out.
But how'd he finish?
He finished great, but Ty Chandler's not Brees Hall.
Do we really have to argue about Ty Chandler, Roshan Johnson, and Cam Akers? Don't do this to the people again.
No, we have to do it because Goni's wrong. He's dead wrong.
Just make a doink and let's move on.
We already have a doink. That's the thing, dude. This will be one of my finer wins at the end of the year.
You know what, Mad Mob,
Roshan
I'm saving you. We're cutting you off. You can do this when my ears are so far away.
I got one last thing. One last thing to add. Can I make the caveat that whoever loses has to get a jersey of the other?
Do they make those?
I'm sure somewhere you can get them custom made. I hope it costs you extra for a Roshan Johnson jersey.
I just don't know that it was a hot, passionate doink like that.
I feel like you've turned it into hot passion. It wasn't, but now it is.
We've not debated for 15 minutes over any other doink this season, but somehow Roshan Johnson and Ty Chandler was it, huh?
What does a fresh NFL jersey go for these days?
I hope $1 million, bro.
Wayne, could I get an autographed Roshan jersey from your website for about $10? Because that's the move.
If somebody went through the trouble to pay that man to sit down and sign him.
Gone, you're just wrong. I don't know if I'm going to put a freshly minted NFL jersey on it yet, but you're wrong.
All right, moving on. Dolphins, Colts. It's in Indianapolis. Colts are a 3-point favorite. Over/under set at 43.5. Achane was a full participant Wednesday's practice, looking like he's going to play. The Colts was an absolute ghost town on the practice field Wednesday. Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Trey Sermon all did not practice. Is this an Alec Pierce week?
No. AR is playing, right? Like he's going to play this game.
He's playing.
I just wanted to hear you say it. Dummies,
he's playing against a good defense. He's playing against a better defense than Will Levis and the Titans, bro.
He sucks,
going against the Bills. Got Jalen Ramsey to go against. I don't know. From the Colts, I really only like, if I had to choose anyone, it's probably going to be Goodson over Trey Sermon this week. He's a little more effective. I think he carved out a bigger role. This is all assuming Jonathan Taylor doesn't play, of course. Working the passing game. I like Goodson as the top fantasy option for the Colts this week.
Beggs?
I think Sermon's playable if Taylor's out. I mean, Miami's one of the worst in the league against the run. So I'll take either of them. I agree with you going Goodson's more efficient. I love AR this week. I love him.
I hate him.
Wayne, would you like to put a doink AR versus Will Levis this week? More fantasy points.
No, I want that.
Man.
I want in on that too.
I tried to beat you to it. That's why I did that.
It's so annoying because every time I make the doink, he does worse. And every time I don't make the doink, he does better. But if I don't take the doink, then it looks like I built my house on sand.
It does. Exactly what I was
Bills,
thinking.
Dolphins.
Double doink? Can I lock it up?
No, I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
Holy cow. You know, sometimes I feel like I've seen the softest thing in my life, and then Wayne comes around with something else. Unbelievable.
Dude, we have just text after text after text saying how good Will Levis is and how much AR sucks, and you won't put a doink on it. It's just weird.
You know, boys, all this peer pressure it might get to a lesser man, but they don't call me old A-Train Ironhide for nothing.
No one calls you that, dude.
Your words mean nothing.
Oh, my God.
It's just sad you're not about it.
Your words mean nothing.
Is this line trappy at -3?
It's a pick'em. I mean, a -3 in favor of the home team is a pick'em.
Is it trappy though? Dolphins off a bye. I feel like Dolphins should be -1.
I don't know. The Dolphins don't have a quarterback.
But Achane healthy. You don't feel like they should be? All right, I'm fishing.
Can I do Skylar Thompson versus Will Levis this week? More fantasy points, doink.
No.
Man, this guy doesn't believe in his pick at all.
No, Will
As
Levis
the week goes
sucks.
on and on, Wayne fades away.
Will Levis sucks.
I know, but you backed him pretty hard.
I do. I think he's better than Anthony Richardson.
How crazy is it then that AR missed last week's game and still has more fantasy points on the season? Wild.
How crazy is it that Anthony Richardson missed last week and still leads the NFL in turnovers,
Are you sure about that?
interceptions?
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. What did I send you a picture of? I sent you a picture of something in our group chat. We're
I
gonna
don't know.
apparently
I didn't
we're
see
gonna
it.
have to hunt this down to.
Go ahead. I'll look it up right now.
I'm gonna look it up, man.
No, you look up the picture. I'm going to look up the actual stats and facts.
All right. I just can't remember where I sent it to you. We were in so many group chats.
Will Levis with 7 interceptions.
I think AR has 6.
Aha.
Will Levis definitely has more fumbles, too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, AR is 6, so none of what you said was true.
I sent you something. I'm gonna have to hunt it down, and it's annoying that I'm gonna have to hunt it down.
All right, well, until then, you're wrong.
I've got a doink for you, Wayne. What if I took Bo Nix? You took Will Levis.
No, I like Bo Nix this week. You're getting worse, dude. Get out of here.
Okay.
See if he'll go Spencer Rattler. Where's the bar right now? It's very low.
What if I go Andy Dalton? I'll take Andy Dalton. You take Will Levis. How about that?
Nah, it's all good.
I think the bar is pretty low going. What if I took
Very
Drake
low.
May? What if I took Drake May? Unproven.
Nah.
Playing in foreign lands.
All right, Gone. This will be the test. I'll take Russell Wilson.
Ooh.
Nah.
Wow.
All right, Wayne. I just have one more question because you're establishing how good you think he is right here. Is there any quarterback starting this week that you would take Will Levis over?
Probably not. Because the guy that I put him with is Anthony Richardson. Simple.
All right.
Plus, he's
I guess
playing against a
that's
better
that.
team. He's playing against the Bills.
That's sad.
AR's playing against the Dolphins. Will Levis playing against the Bills. Bad business. Got to look at the matchup, especially when you suck. Matchup matters way more when you suck.
I think the Dolphins have a better pass defense.
They do. The Bills' defense is.
Yeah. Well, what are we talking about? You got to look at the matchups. He's running out of straws to grasp.
Do the Bills have a notoriously weak run defense?
Yes.
Then what should be the game plan for the Titans? Don't be
Play
stupid.
action.
Use your head.
This guy.
Don't be dumb. Moving
This
on.
guy.
Moving on to the sad game of the week. We got Vikings, Lions. Vikings -2, over under at 50.5. Terrible injury coming from the Lions. Aiden Hutchinson, fully snapped leg. Really tough one to watch. Hate to see a player like that go down for the season. You know, anytime it's something like that serious, it sucks to see. You know, even it causes you to like somebody even more. Honestly, like biggest Dak hater of all time, and when he went down, you know, it hits you right in the feels. You know, once he's healthy, I hate him again. But even for somebody like Aiden Hutchinson, who just loves the game and is so freaking good, that's what kills me. Is like, it obviously sucks when it happens to anybody, but for it to suck to somebody that's really good and having a phenomenal season so far, it just sucks even worse. And I'm a Bucs fan. I watched him get 5 sacks against us and a forced fumble, and that's it sucks to watch, sucks to see. So it's something we definitely need to keep in mind now when you're picking people going against the Lions. You know, they had one of the best edge rushers in the NFL, and now they don't. So it's something we need to keep in mind. Like Cam Akers. Cam Akers might be worth a play, right, Beggs?
No. I'm not playing him or Ty Chandler this week. But I tell you who I think has a great week. You'll see him in my lineups in our league. Jordan Addison. I think he is a must-play flex of the week. Calling my shot. That's what I'm planting my flag on.
I love that. I love that play personally. Yeah, I mean him, Jameson Williams. Obviously, you're firing him up every single week of the season. Amon-Ra, of course. I mean, I don't really think there's anyone that you don't play. You pretty much hit it. You're not going to play any Vikings running back. You're obviously playing Jetta. I mean, this one's pretty cut and dry, right?
Yeah, I mean, nobody really. I'm touching all over both these offenses, which is going to lead me to the fact that this is the over in this one is going to be in my Mad Fantasy parlay, which
I think this line is very trappy.
I was going to say trap line.
This line is the trappiest line outside of Denver, New Orleans. I'm taking Minnesota, 2-point favorite. Detroit coming off a huge win against Dallas. They're getting all the public money. Give me the Vikings.
that's why I'm not picking the winner. I'm picking the over.
That's fair.
I think there's going to be a decent amount of offense. There's a reason we're starting our Addisons, our Jettas, our Montgomerys, our Amon-Ra's, our Jamal Williams. I mean, Jameson, not Jamal. There's a reason we're starting all of them.
Wayne, can I get you Jordan Addison versus Will Levis?
Now that's spicy.
No, dude. No, because Will Levis averages single points, dude. What? I wouldn't take Alec Pierce versus Will Levis right now.
I'll give you Jalen Naylor. I'll take him. You take Will Levis.
Deal.
Deal.
Beggs. Oh, man, what a hero. What an absolute hero. It only takes like a wide receiver 3 on a team for him to be like, you know what? That sounds good.
It's gonna be miserable when I lose. It's gonna be miserable.
It's gonna feel so bad.
But you know what? I got bullied into this.
Oh, but you
Sure
don't
did.
You don't have to take it.
Yeah, don't feel pressured.
No. A-Train Ironhide. I don't get bullied into nothing.
Sounded like you got bullied.
Moving on. By the way, that's a nickname that Goni gave me, Ironhide. The last 1:00 game, we got Eagles Giants, divisional jammy. Eagles -3, over under set at 42.5. Giants are at home. Malik Neighbors set to finally step on the field again. That'd be kind of nice, coming from somebody that has just had to watch him rot on my bench after going nuts. Nothing too crazy. Darius Slay is still day to day. Did not mean to rhyme that, but bars. And outside of that, nothing really new coming out of the Eagles injury report.
Neighbors, the Models wide receiver 1 this week, and it's not close. Number 2 is Jetta, by the way.
Love that. Saquon revenge game. Let's talk about that for a
Saquon
second. Over under 100 yards from scrimmage for Saquon.
Over.
Over under 1.5 touchdowns for Saquon.
Over.
Ooh, player Saquons.
Player Saquons. It's hard for me to say 2 tutties, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. I think the Giants are kind of sneaky decent, especially defensively. I think this is a pretty close game, but I think you're playing every Eagle you have.
With Neighbors back, are you playing Wandale?
Yep.
Model has him at 17, so I suppose so.
I think
Too much volume.
I think Wandale has kind of slotted himself in as just a guy who's going to PPR people to death. You know, he gets a lot of those short yardage passes. He's nestled himself in nicely to a permanent flex play.
Yeah.
Anybody else you want to talk about in this one that's might be under the radar?
Singletary or Tracy?
That's what I was going to ask as well. What's Singletary's status for this right now? Does anyone know?
I'm sure Wayne's got it. He's our injury guy.
Singletary was a limited participant in Wednesday's practice.
I don't love it if he plays. I don't really love either of them. I think Tracy gets play no matter what if Singletary's back. If Singletary's out, I think you're okay to fire up Tyrone Tracy if you need to.
If Singletary's back, Tracy or Sean Tucker?
Oh, 100% Tracy.
100%.
Sean Tucker, I think, in all seriousness, I asked Wayne for the Dynasty team that we co-own if we should throw on Sean Tucker before looking into it, and then I looked into it. Sean Tucker, I think, is the biggest sucker pickup of the week, without a doubt. And I know you went and got him, Beggs. You spent good money. Bro, his schedule for the next month is brutal. If you play him, you're not going to be happy.
To me, in a dynasty league where in this one in particular, running backs are so hard to get, he looked good. I mean, I don't care if you're third string or not. To look like that in an NFL game, it's pretty impressive. And he was hurt, right? So I'm going to take a stab on a guy that had 150 total yards in like 2 quarters of work.
I mean, I like him for dynasty. I hate him. I think you're going to drop him before you see any good use out of him, though, in a redraft league.
You know,
you're not picking up a guy from waivers to let him sit on your bench for a month.
If you picked up Sean Tucker over Kamani Vidal, you're going to be kicking yourself. Everybody out there, if you left Kamani Vidal on the waivers and got Sean Tucker, shame on you.
As a JK handcuff, or you think he's got standalone value?
He's got standalone value.
He got 6 opportunities. That's it.
What do you do with them?
13 fantasy points.
With no volume?
Same thing. I mean, that's just like Tank Bigsby, right?
I'll put it. You want a doink on it? You want a doink? I say Kamani Vidal does better than Sean Tucker this week.
No, this week, no. I'm not going to bet on Tucker.
Sit down, be humble. Hey, you left one on the waivers and you put big money on another one and you still won't doink it. What's that say?
No.
What's that say about you?
I like him in a dynasty play. I mean, listen, bro. Christopher Titanium Skin, he's not going to get pushed into anything, bro. So best of luck.
Hey, man. Hey, buddy. My words are like a plasma cutter.
I don't know what that means.
It means I'm just melting through your skin. You
You're
spent
not.
big money on one, left one on the waivers, and then won't even stand on it.
Well, first of all, Vidal wasn't on the waivers.
Guaranteed he was.
He wasn't. I would have bet on him.
You wouldn't have. Yeah, Cody. All right.
No.
Let's move.
I'm saying all right, never mind.
He wasn't. He was drafted in a rookie draft.
Let's move on. This episode's been dragging on. Let's go ahead and hit them with our parlay of the week. I've already told you mine. I am taking Vikings Lions over 50.5.
Go ahead, Beggs.
Man, I'm really torn. There's 3 I love. I think the safest play, Vikings and Saints are right there, but give me Jaguars minus 5.5 in London. That's my
Oh man, I'll put a doink on it with you because that's where I'm going as well. And as much as I hate it, I'm a Patriots fan, Red Sox fan. I really want the Patriots to lose this year. I want a good pick. I also want Drake May to succeed, so it's hard to continually lose games while Drake May develops and becomes good. But I mean, Jaguars aren't good at all. Give me the 5.5 points and give me Patriots. You want that as a doink?
Yes. Oh God, yes. Please
Okay.
hurry. Get it in.
Hurry.
That's trappy going. You just got trapped. That's London's team, man. They're not going to let them lose 2 weeks in a row.
I'm just curious, like, what their record is there. Do we know what their record is there?
No, I have to.
I'm sure it's not good. I don't even know if it's 500.
6-5.
Oh, okay. All right. So you got – they'll be 500 after this week. There we go.
You're calling a Patriots win, all right?
Probably. But 5.5 is what I'm getting.
Hard to build a fan base when you're getting whooped every time you play there.
They have to play there because their fan base here is tired of it.
100%. The owner's dying to move them.
All right. That didn't really help them with the parlay because we had 2 opposing legs there. So please don't parlay that. That would not make sense.
For the parlay, I would probably go Vikings minus 2. Just to be different. Because I think that's a super trappy line.
All right. There it is. Mob, we'll see you tomorrow to cover the rest of the Week 7 game. We're out.